This is Eric Mother with Mother.com, February 23rd, 2021. Quick video here just to sensitize you to what is happening in the market. We see the market's pulling back. Nasdaq's been down the last 2 days, down again today. And what I want to discuss here in a quick video is be on the lookout for stocks that are showing failed weekly, monthly, or daily breakouts. Recently, I was talking about the solar space. The solar ETF, TAN, was showing multiple failed breakouts as it tried to break out for a couple of weeks there. Because of this multiple rejection in what is now a confirmed failed breakout, we can see the consequence of failing to break out here is now prices have dropped and could be the beginning of a major slide. Time will tell. And I was also talking about Tesla in a separate video. We can also see that Tesla, if we look back now, we can see a failed breakout. That in a way, in a sense, was the initial warning of an impending drop. Now, how far this can go is dependent on whether we break the RSI 50 on the weekly, for example, and we stay below it. If we stay below the 50 on the weekly, then there's a deeper correction to still take place. And we can also see that this is now starting to creep into other names. For example, we can see here Nvidia now showing a definite failed breakout as of this last 2 days. Today being a Tuesday. So yesterday, Monday, and today, Tuesday, 2 big down days. And now we are seeing a failed breakout for Nvidia, which now means it too is now showing increased signs of a deeper correction unless they can stabilize around here. And here we can see a good example. There's a RSI lows line on the weekly. So this being a weekly chart, we can see that this is the line connecting recent RSI lows. So what's going to determine whether we get stability and support around here is whether it can hold around this line and start building again for a fresh breakout attempt, or after many years, multi-year rally, maybe now we break down and we see a substantial, massive bear market, essentially for all asset classes. Another way to put this simply is draw the line again. Those who are bullish want to see a market hold here on the RSI and build to the upside. It might take weeks. Those who are bearish can continue watching this and anticipate that they see a break of that RSI trend line, RSI lows line is going to be a major tell that the market is due for a smackdown. Now keep in mind, if we take a look at the overall landscape here, is we can also see this improvement in prices that came with declining RSI strength. In other words, if you look around, you start seeing a lot of the markets, stocks, cryptos, all sorts of sectors are starting to show these red flags. If you take a look at one more, let's take a look at Uber. We can see here a late stage mover. It started breaking out here in 2021, but that breakout that took place in the beginning of February is now technically a failed breakout. Now, as I always say, failed breakouts are notorious for taking markets lower. So we have to be careful here for the scenario. A bearish scenario could be already taking hold. And again, we can see a good sign of watching RSI lows on the weekly, either for support, which is what the bulls want, or the market that has been overdue for a substantial drop could break all support lines in the short term and see substantial market plunging. And I should point out actually that what the bulls would want to see is, now that we have fresh all-time weekly closing highs, or monthly or daily, depending on what time frame, the best case scenario here is for markets to build new bases and in time break out again. That is the most bullish scenario for markets. If the market can stabilize, go sideways for a while, and eventually break out, of course, you always want to play fresh momentum breakouts if they meet the minimum requirement. And remember, we've been talking about for a couple of weeks, if not months, that this market did become very irrational to the upside. Stocks, instruments, cryptos were just taking off with a lot of, let's call it delusion in the market. That delusion has to be reset with a substantial bear market at some point. We shall see. Follow the charts for guidance. Eric Muadith, Muadith.com. Love light, like love. Namaste.